Well, guys, I'm all done. This is the intro to the video of laying some French drain and SDR35 piping here. Just over 200 feet, about 230, 240 foot. I've got another video where I kind of laid out the area I've got here to work with, and also showed some of the calculations and design I did for elevations and grade to make sure this pipe drains the water out of the low areas I got. So check out my channel and you can watch the video for the design work, and then this is going to be a video of all the installation. And if you like these videos, go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel, and you'll see a lot more videos of different work, little jobs, excavating type jobs, and also a little bit of information about some of my solar panels, which are right over there. So, like I said, go ahead and like and subscribe, and I appreciate it. Enjoy. Alright, I'm here to showcase my homemade laser receiver mount. A couple magnets, a couple of bolts, and a couple pieces of aluminum angle. Got it mounted on there. Just set my laser to the right height. Went into a ditch that I had already measured out with my rod there. So when the bucket's flat and the stick is plumb, it's right on grade there. So I got the slope set. I'm going to dig back and keep checking grade like this. Alright, well here's the trench off the machine grade. Worked pretty well. I don't know how well you can see it because it's pretty dark in the shadow here, but I'm happy with it. That's without even putting a shovel in it. So I'll clean that out just a little bit and be ready to lay the pipe. And I'm going to go and reset up the laser over there now. And that run from the planter box to across the road is going to be a 0.5% slope. And then from there, I'm going to put a 90. And from that 90 all the way back to the backyard is going to be 1% slope. So from what I've noticed on this is you got to dig just like you would normally dig a trench and have somebody checking for you. Don't try to dig by the beeps. Like, don't try to dig really slow looking for the beeps. Just dig like you would if you had a guy helping you. And then instead of that guy sticking the rod in the trench, just get your bucket flat and your stick plumb and check it that way. Otherwise you'll be trenching really slow. So I got that dug out, and I'll come down and I'll check it. I'm actually a little low right there, but my stick wasn't plumb, so I bet I was pretty good. Just a tad high. So I'll skim just a little bit off. I'd show daylighting this out here. The laser's not beeping. Maybe I'm too high. Or maybe it turned off. Oh, there it is. So I'm actually low here. I'm got a little bit more fall than 1% because my trench is low here. So last probably 20 feet or so, it's probably a little more than 1% coming out here, which is good for when you're daylighting. Get this cone out of the way here. a shot all the way up the trench. Alright, so I basically just run through this with a shovel real quick, but really doesn't need much. I try to clip or cut maybe some of these branches out of here from some trees I removed a couple years ago. But I'm really happy with the way that laser worked out. Tells me I'll probably buy a larger one that's got a bigger reader. Mine only reads about 1.5 inches, so you got to be right in the right zone, whereas they make some that read about like 6 inches, and you get a lot more reading on it when you're digging. There's that line I had to hand dig around. That's a direct bury cable going from one building over to the other building. The rest of it's trenched up through here. And this is where I hit the 90. Turn, I'm gonna go across the driveway here. And we're going up right now. And then I'll have a catch basin here. Turn, go to the perforated pipe with a Y in to the downspout. And out to the low spot over there, which will be the highest spot of the system. So it's kind of making a big U here. And I thought about running a line from there out to that one instead of coming up this way and over, but I needed to catch all this low area water here anyway, so I would have had this line come in here and still going out that way. So it was just easier to run a U shape, even though it seems counterproductive, but it just picks up more water with less pipe. So here's the first catch basin going in. So it's a standard NDS one. I pulled this one out of the yard that I'm not going to use anymore. Drill some holes in them. That does two things. One, it'll let any water in to the catch basin that's in the ground versus just going through the top of the grate. And then also, it's got a little basin. You can see it's lower here than the pipe is here. So that allows any standing water that stays in here to drain out the bottom. So I over dig it, put a little bit, 6-8 inches of gravel in there. I got this set so that it's lower than my sidewalk and lower than my building, so any water should go into the grate before it goes over. Here's my pipe. When I do normal French drains for customers, I don't use this type of pipe. I use regular perforated pipe without the sock on it. And what I do instead is the entire trench is lined with a geotextile fabric that's better than this sock. It's like a black construction grade fabric. And I would do a U shape in the bottom of this trench with that fabric, pin it back, lay the pipe in it, backfill it with clean stone, and then wrap that over it one time and pin it back down, and then cover it with dirt. And that'll keep that pipe clean and allow water to keep draining through and keep all your rock clean too, instead of your rock getting clogged. Here, this is my house. It's a gravel driveway, so there's not a lot of dirt and mud in this. It's water sifting through gravel, so I'm comfortable using the sock here. And I also am going to use it kind of as a trial and error, because a lot of times I won't do jobs for people if they ask me to use the sock pipe. I'll say no, I want to do it my other method, and explain the benefits. But this way is cheaper, it's easier, and so if I use it here and I'm happy with it over the next couple years, and somebody else requests that as a cheaper option, and I'm happy with it, then I'll probably go ahead and start installing those more often. This clicks in a little bit, and then I usually drive a couple screws in it just for good measure. These are just self-tapping screws with a hex head. Here again, got the holes. This one's got inlet and outlet. Now something I just learned recently on these is this cap here obviously is way below grade. So you can actually use 6-inch SDR35 pipe and you cut it to the length you need and it'll fit in there, and this will fit in there as well, and you can get that up to where you need. So you don't need a big deep basin, you can just add some pipe to this one. So I've got that, I'll get that going here too. Alright, we're ready to switch to the SDR35. Got this reducer here that'll go into the SDR35 pipe. If it'll go into this, I won't use this, but we'll see. Hey girl. Well, if you couldn't tell, I'm on shirt number 3. That's how hot it is out here. Right, pup? Alright, now we're on to the glue pipe, which is most fun. Trick I got here is I'm going to glue all this pipe down this long run together and roll it into the hole at some point. And then this section right here, I'm going to have this clean out in here, and this piece can still move, you know, a few inches either way. So this will be the last connection here, and that way I don't have to glue these 15 joints in the hole. I'll glue them all right here, roll it in. I'll be a little bit short right here. That'll give me room to install this piece. And this I'll cut to the length to be able to slip that one on from the end there. And that will really save your back from having to do all these glue joints in the hole there. So try to plan something out similar to that when you're doing your install. Now for one of the actual fun parts here. Make sure that'll reach. All right. make the last tie-in and be ready to backfill. .27, perfect freaking length. All right. See how this riser looks on there. You always want to set these a little low. Nothing worse than having one sticking up an inch too high and having to watch it with the mower and all that. We'll go ahead and add the riser to the catch basin over there and backfill it, and that's about it. Standard 6-inch SDR35, and I've got the bell here, and that's just the regular pipe size there. That'll fit, the regular pipe size fits in there. The bell fits this cap perfectly nice and tight. If you don't have a bell, it'll fit in this end as well, like that, but just not all the way up to those ribs. But it's still in there pretty tight. Perfect. Piping's all done. Figured I'd run through this here. Starts at the low spot, which was our problem area. Driveway's falling this way. Got perforated sock pipe running at a 1/4% fall and tying into an existing downspout drain line that wasn't working very well because it was going way out that way. Tied in there with a Y. Installed a catch basin here with a riser on it to suck the water out of this planter box here, because this is another low spot in the yard. And then this line goes through here and attaches that downspout, and that was done previously. Transfer into the SDR35 smooth wall pipe, 4-inch. Run that down across the driveway, and a little clean out / inlet there. Take some water, and also if I need to flush it out from the top here, I can. And that line runs all the way out down there, and daylight's out. I'd say there's probably, well, I got 160 feet of pipe, 1, 2, 3 sticks there, so that's 130 feet, and I'm actually about 2 sticks short. So I'll get those picked up and get those last ones laid, but that's just the shallow part right before it daylights out way down. Alright, all wrapped up. Just gotta clean up the tools and put everything away. This is the very end of the run here where it daylights out. So I put one of those rodent guards on it, and it falls into this swale here pretty good. And this is just a slight you know, opening or outlet or swale coming out of the hill there. So it's still all mowable, and the water will flow right down this line here and out. So threw down Kentucky, what is that, 31s grass seed, and strawed it. That allows the seed to stay moist after rainfalls and whatnot. So I always try to straw my work when I'm done, because it just makes the grass grow so much better. So this is the run coming up here, and right here is the clean out where the 90-degree elbow was. So I got a piece of tape over it. I'll leave that on for a couple days while I water the crap out of this. And then here's the side over here. Got water going on that. And there's a pink flag out there where that catch basin is. Driveway's all touched up. And we go to the end of the system here, or I guess the beginning of the system, where we've got the inlet there. And it's lower than the sidewalk in the building, so that should collect the water before it goes into the building. So I'm gonna clean up, cool off, and probably jump in the pool. Thanks. Yeah.